So welcome back. If you're just joining in, my name is Jen. I am a crafter by night, database administrator by day, and I make things all the time. It keeps me sane. It lets my creative side of my brain work after working with spreadsheets and data all day. So I have gotten into Happy Planner recently, and so you'll see a lot of that on here. I also make a lot of cards because I really like to send cards out to all of my friends and family, holidays, birthdays, just because I think it's fun. I love getting snail mail, so I just assume everybody else does too. So I've been doing a lot of that lately. I've been stuck at home for the last almost 2 years now, just like everybody else. And so it's been a way for me to be creative and then also to connect with friends and family that we haven't gotten to see for ages. So it's been fun. I love it. If you look at my Instagram feed, you can roll back through and see all of the cards that I've been making over the last year. I think roughly close to a year is when I started. I think I started really getting into just consistently making cards and putting them up on Instagram for everyone to see what I've been doing. For Mother's Day last year is when I started. So it's been a lot of fun. It's really helped me. It's de-stress for me. So if you want to check out my Instagram, please do, and you can see what all I've been making. Today, I'm going to be making the last Valentine's card that I need to make to send out, and I'm going to do a shaker card. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So shaker cards, if you don't know what they are, let me just grab some of the other cards. See, these are some of the Valentine's cards that I've made this year. I didn't make as many as I had kind of planned to. I got a little distracted with Happy Planner, and so I sort of started on that and neglected my cards and procrastinated them. So shaker card has a clear film over it so that you can add little shaker elements, confetti, whatnot inside, and then it's kind of an interactive little card. I really like making them. They're a lot of fun. I like all the confetti. So I've been doing a lot of them. I did several for Christmas, and then I've done birthday ones. So I think they're fun. And then I also recently got a laminator and foil to try, heat foiling, and the results have not totally gone as planned. I need to get a new drum for my printer. But when I was just attaching this to the card base yesterday, the foil kind of got all over my mat. So yeah, I've got to try to figure out what's been going on there. But anyway, so today we're going to do a shaker card, and I just realized that I don't have my cutting mat. So we're just going to try to help that here. And so I've got all this heart confetti that I found, and then I've got the cute little shaker elements here. Looks like they're by Dress My Craft, but they look like the little candy hearts, and I think they're super cute. So I'm going to add those in today. And I got those on scrapbook.com is where I found those. And so it's actually, I have pre-cut some of these elements just to make it a little easier because I did use my Cricut for it, and then the foam takes a little bit to cut. So these cutouts were freebie SVG cut files from scrapbook.com, and I took the main big heart cut file, and then I also in Cricut Design Space I duplicated it and sized it down a little bit to create the inner cut, and then with the doily part of it I used the same inner cut from this one on this one so that I can overlap them and they share that open window area. And then I have a pre-cut little like acetate, it's hard, it's sturdier, but that can go on there. I got it, I think in the model making section of a craft store. But I'm pretty sure you can find that film almost anywhere, any craft store. And then I have the like craft foam that I use to lift so that the shaker elements sit down inside of this so that then the film sits over that, so there's a little bit of a space there for the elements to be able to move. And this is just craft foam. I get the kind that has the sticky peel off on one side, so that's less that I have to actually glue down. You can use just regular craft foam without the stick and then just glue it all yourself. And so then I've got a paper that I liked that I'm going to use in the background, and then I'm going to use this as the base of the card. So I need to cut that. And this cutting board is the We Are Memory Keepers all-in-one. I actually really like it. It cuts scores. You can do, like, it's got an extra piece on it, so you can do envelopes and you can do banners and tags. It's a really nice, I like it. And it's got the scoring plate built in, so you don't have to score on a separate thing. And I'm making an A2 size card, so total dimensions of the card when it's folded are 4.5 or 4.25 by 5.5. And then that way you can just use A2 envelopes with it. Oops, forgot part of the scoring side of things. And I still have silver on my mat from that heat foil card. So that's the card base. And then I need to cut this guy. And so I cut, when I do these and I just set, when I put a paper down and then put stuff on top of it, I like to leave a little bit of the card base border. So I'm gonna cut this to, it's 4, I take a 1/8 inch border around each side. So I cut this to 4 and 5 1/4. And then you can see when I attach that, there'll be the red border all around it. And so we can just go ahead and do that because the shaker is going to sit on top of everything, and I don't want to be trying to glue this down when there's a 3D element on top of that. And so this is just a glue tape runner that I use. I really like these. They make everything so much easier than liquid glue. And I eyeball a lot of stuff. I don't measure the border, I just kind of eyeball it. Do it till it looks about right to me. And set that aside. And so then we need to go ahead and start the shaker element. So what I want to do is I want to put this down first. And so you'll see I'm going to end up stacking everything. So I'm going to stick this down, add the shakers. I've got silver all over everything, even though I wiped this down. And then this will sit right on top of that. And then these guys will sit on top of that. And then there'll be a little shaker in there. And then over sticks the edge. So do I want to turn it or, okay. I'm an idiot. I had planned on doing a horizontal layout card originally. No. Okay, so we are gonna put this on sideways so that it will still fit in the envelope. Because I got a little carried away. This is why I'm filming everything. So I'm not a professional crafter. I just do it for fun. And especially recording, it also is added pressure. And so I didn't really think it all through. So anyway, this is how it works. This is how crafting is sometimes. So what I want to do is actually figure out now where I need this in order to still sit. So I'm just gonna do that. So I'm gonna stick the foam down essentially at a right angle there. Okay, so this peels off, but one thing I have found when you do this is you want to be careful peeling it off because it can stretch out the foam a little bit. And so then it just kind of makes it a little weird when you lay it down. And you want to be careful when you lay it down because it does stretch it out a little bit. So I'm going to put and when you cut the foam, it's a little bit difficult just because you don't really want this inner part to show. And so you have to cut it a little bit bigger, but then also cut the outside a little bit smaller than whatever you use as your frame. And so it can get a little tricky and it can be a little small, but you want it to have enough meat there to hang on to your glue. So let's make sure that's stuck down. So there's that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my shaker elements in there. And I want to make sure this is really stuck down because otherwise if you use some of your confetti or if you're doing glitter, will get caught in the bottom under there, and then it gets stuck and kind of defeats the purpose. So do this, and let's see here. There's some bigger ones in here that I don't know necessarily that I want in there. But then there's like those cute little guys. I want some more of the solid. So we'll do this. Oh, little outlines. We'll do those. And you don't want to fill it up too much that everything gets jammed up and caught underneath the clear window, but you want it to have enough in there to kind of move around. So it's just kind of trial and error on some of these. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And let's put some of these guys in. I think I'm only gonna use the pink ones. We'll see. And these are actually double-sided, so you don't have to worry about getting them right side up in there, which is nice. So there's a dark pink and like a whitish light pink. So we'll do that and we'll call that good. And then I actually think I have, let's see if I have some I have some red. They're stars, but they're small enough that it just kind of adds a little bit more movement to everything. So gonna drop them in there. And pick this up. Okay, so then now what I need to do is just glue down all the rest of my elements here. So I'm gonna run my tape along the top of this foam. And I wanna make sure to get everywhere up here so that I don't get confetti or glitter leaking out anywhere when someone shakes the card. I made a shaker card for my sister for her birthday, and there was something along one of the bottom edges did not stick very well, and it just leaked glitter. And I put fine, like a fine sandy type of glitter in it too. It was kind of a mess. I felt bad. Okay, so now I'm going to stick my window down, wipe all the silver pieces off of it, and try not to leave it too fingerprinty. If I have found that if these seem a little bit staticky, you can wipe them down with like a dryer sheet, and that kind of helps. Okay, and so then I'm going to go ahead and stick this down onto this first, just to make it a little bit easier. My last batch of rollers kind of didn't, they pull a lot for some reason. I'm gonna have to switch. I'm gonna have to switch my brand, I think. Yeesh. Want to avoid that. And that. Okay. So then now I'm just gonna add tape onto the back of this guy. I dropped this yesterday and it kind of exploded everywhere. That's probably not helping things. Okay, so when I line this up, I want to make sure that none of that foam window is showing anywhere. And there you have it. So you can see all they all just float around in there. Unless they get stuck on your glue, which happens, or in the window. But they're really fun. I like them. easy enough, just take a little practice. So yeah, thanks for joining me today. If you want to take a look at some of the other shaker cards that I've made, please check out my Instagram page at Easton Crafts. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and then I know what all videos everyone wants to see, and we can go from there. So thank you.